This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 20th day of February in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The Attorney General's request for the Court of Appeal to grant a stay in the High Court's ruling in the no-confidence matter and grant an order to preserve the role of the President and Cabinet beyond 90 days has been delayed as the appeal Justice Rishi Prasad today requested that several corrections be made to the applications submitted to the court. In one of the applications, the name of the leader of the opposition was left off as a party to the matter, while another application omitted the name of the Speaker of the National Assembly as a party to the matter. The presiding judge said the applications cannot go forward with the omissions, and he urged that the applications be redone before the court moves ahead to consider them. The Attorney General, Senior Counsel Basil Williams, attempted to convince the court to still move ahead with the matter, but after the judge refused, he said he would have the corrections made and the applications refiled.
And there's ample authorities for it. And we in order to avoid delay, that's why we came out appealing order, So I don't agree that it was something that you call an amendment between the rule. It's a simple discrepancy in that you didn't put the name you didn't bring the name from the back and put it in front.
But you're going to refile?
But you won't make the change.
Yes, but that would be done this afternoon.
This afternoon. How soon, even with refiling, and so you'd like a decision?
But it's clear that the judge didn't come to go on today because he's talking about a case management wherein he's inviting the other lawyers who want to file an answer to the summons to file their answers. And what we're trying to say to him, I was trying to say to him, well, let's fix a definite date next week because there would be no delay.
The appeal court is being asked to consider and throw out a number of the rulings made by the Chief Justice in relation to the no-confidence case. The Attorney General's case was the first one filed. Another case filed by Senior Counsel Rex McKay on behalf of a Berbice resident is slated to come up soon in the court. More news coming up in a moment.
Here now, I want to switch over to GTT right now. Because all this time and money I waste on calls alone can just send up my blood pressure.
You've come to the right place.
Really?
Once you're switched over with our network, you can activate our Fab 5 plan. With our Fab 5 plan, you can enjoy free unlimited calls with 4 family and friends.
You got to be kidding me.
You will also get 5 gigabytes of data with 250 text messages.
You got to be kidding me.
And your chosen 4 can also call you for free.
You got to be kidding me.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
As a luxury mechanic, I'm often asked, what gas should I use in my expensive vehicle? In other countries, you have regular and mid-grade gasoline known as 87, 89, and premium gasoline known as octane 93 to 95. For affordable, high-quality fuel, performance, and high mileage, visit Guy Oil today. Choose Guy Oil Super 95. Guy Oil, we are everywhere.
Guyana, are you ready to turn up the praise? Riot, in collaboration with Gospel Fest, brings to you one of the biggest gospel events for the year. Turn Up the Praise, featuring out of Trinidad and Tobago, Blessed Messenger, Jaron Nurse, and Guyana's award-winning recording artist, Samuel Medes.
Welcome back. The Ghana Trades Union Congress, in a strongly worded statement today, said both the current APNU-AFC government and the former PP Civic administration must accept and share responsibility for the way the Russian-managed Rusal Bauxite Company continues to treat its Guyanese workers. The statement comes against the backdrop of the company's decision to fire 61 of its workers after they went on a strike action to protest a 1% increase in their salaries. The umbrella trade union body said over the years, successive political administrations have sat on their hands continually, indifferent to the various and repeated instances in which the company management trampled on the rights of the workers. According to the GTUC, the struggle to push back against the tyranny of the Rousseau managers at the Bauxite Company is not a partisan political struggle, but a struggle for the dignity and sovereignty of Guyana against an oppressor. GTUC General Secretary Lincoln Lewis.
This is about our fundamental rights and freedoms. Those who preceded us and whose shoulders we stand on fought for those things. Can't accept it. We're not sitting down. We're moving in now. Either Rousseau management who are running BCGI conform to the laws and the principles of industrial relations in this country. We are going to have a massive showdown.
The Guyana Trades Union Congress is now calling for robust and unambiguous public statements from both the government of Guyana and the opposition condemning the dismissal of the striking workers and calling on the management of the company to respect the laws of Guyana with regard to trade union membership and the rights and entitlements of workers. Additionally, the union body wants to see an immediate meeting between the government and the management of the Bauxite Company to follow through on details surrounding their public call and the re-establishment of clear guidelines and understanding of Rousseau's need for compliance with all of Guyana's industrial laws and practices. The GTUC said there must be the unconditional reinstatement of the dismissed workers, and the company must respect the workers' recognized union of choice. Yesterday, company officials met with the Chief Labor Officer and his team as the Labor Department launched its probe of the dismissals. The company is claiming that the strike by the workers was unjustifiable, and the group never bothered to consider the impact of their strike action on the company's operations. The fired workers have refused to leave the company's Berbice River operations, and supporting residents of nearby communities have also joined the protest by blocking roads that lead to the Bauxite Company operations. Let's tell you now that inspectors from the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority have visited the crash site of that Cessna 182 aircraft, which went down close to the Canal No. 2 Conservancy area on Monday evening. In a statement, the Civil Aviation Authority revealed that the aircraft, with registration number N87040, departed Arawan Region 7 at 5:06 p.m. on February 18, destined for the Eugene F. Correa Airport at Ogle, when the Guyanese pilot Captain Lincoln Gomez made a mayday call to the Tamari Control Tower reporting a fuel emergency. The aircraft went down with a pilot and one passenger, Constable Michael Grimmond, from the Guyana Police Force. At the time of the crash, they were transporting the remains of Christopher Matthews, a U.S. missionary who died while mountain climbing in the Region 7 area. The investigation has revealed that after the plane went down, Constable Grimmond used his cell phone to report that himself and the pilot were both injured, but he could not confirm their location. The Aeronautical Search and Rescue Coordination Center at Tamari was activated. The crash site was identified by a reconnaissance flight conducted by Araima Airways aircraft as a result of Captain Gomez firing one of his distress flares from his location. The first responder team from the Guyana Defense Force landed as close as possible to the crash site, the report said. But due to the conditions of the terrain, the rescue team had to trek for more than an hour, cutting through thick vegetation to reach the crash site from the landing zone. The rescue team was able to recover the injured pilot and the passenger, and after stabilizing them, returned to the landing zone for evacuation with a Bell 206 helicopter belonging to the Guyana Defense Force. The investigation by the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority will examine all possible factors that could have contributed to the accident. The crashed aircraft was owned by the Guyana Adventist Medical Aviation Services, which carried out several medical evacuations and mercy flights from the interior regions. Well, as the Mashramani festivities continue, Guyanese involved in the arts industry are showcasing their work at the Literary and Visual Arts Street Fair on Main Street Avenue. The event opened this morning and will run until tomorrow night. It has brought together more than 40 organization groups and individuals showcasing their work at art pieces. The event was organized by the Department of Culture as part of its Mashramani activities. Curator of the event, Ohini Kuama, said the Culture Department remains keen on making Guyanese more aware of the country's rich literary and visual arts culture.
This event here actually started with the literary arts in 2011. It's called the Book Fair. So over the years they've been exhibiting, they had their objectives of actually turning the city into a reading city, encouraging reading and so on. Eventually they expanded to include the visual artists. Last year we did a scientific survey between the visiting public and the exhibitors. And it was overwhelming, and the request was to have 2 days. That's how we're having 2 days today. Last year it was only a 1 day, and the previous years before it was a single day. So we now have 2 days, and we're going to see how it works.
He said the initiative has brought together some of the best writers, craftsmen, and others in the creative sector in one place.
The response is overwhelming because one of the things we actually let them know is that we're trying to encourage the creative industry to mature and grow and be able to operate. So we're starting somewhere. We're starting on a simple platform where we give them a free space so they can showcase their work.
Many of the exhibitors applauded the move by the Culture Department to host the event. They said it has increased awareness and marketing.
It's helped us to network with other organizations and individuals that are interested in this field. And just basically helped us to network.
I do hope that it don't be just for this year. It will continue in the years to come. It must be an annual event.
Tonight, the Culture Department and the Mash Romani Secretariat will host Mash Night at Durban Park, and the flag-raising ceremony will take place at the same venue on Friday night. Across the Region is coming up next.
This Mash Day, February 23rd, Hits and Jams Entertainment brings you an event like no other. Sunrise Brunch Party, first of its kind in Guyana. The day starts off with a delicious brunch served from 10 a.m., followed by the day party with the best lineup of DJs. Shizzle, Diamond, Sia, Ryan, and Energy at the Everest Cricket Ground. Sunrise Brunch Edition, brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment. Stay tuned for more details.
Let's Bet Sports. Take your game to a whole new level. You decide. Your game, your bet type, your bet amount. Guyana Lottery Companies, Let's Bet Sports. Be part of the game.
Across the region right now, the chairman of the Caribbean Community, Prime Minister Timothy Harris, has expressed the regional body's concern over the overreaching actions and statements of the Secretary General of the Organization of American States, Luis Almagro. The Prime Minister said that Almagro, in a tweet on February 7, suggested that in Dominica, free and fair elections will not be held in 2020. Prime Minister Harris said it is an inappropriate manifestation that is outside the limits of the mandate of the head of the Organization of American States. He pointed out that it is worrisome for CARICOM that without first consulting with the government of Dominica, which is a member of the OAS, the Secretary General associated itself with interference. CARICOM has requested that the Secretary General of the OAS refrains from taking actions and making statements that are beyond the competence of the office that affect the impartiality of the organization. Over in Jamaica, the police there have imposed a curfew in sections of Augustown, St. Andrew. The curfew started yesterday at 6 p.m. and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Thursday, February 21. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within the boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the member of the security forces who is in charge of enforcing the curfew. The curfew is meant to deal with the rising crime problem in that part of Jamaica. International news now. A pilot has been killed after two planes collided during a rehearsal for an aerobatic show in India. Two other pilots were injured in the crash, which happened in the southern state of Karnataka on Tuesday. The India Air Force Hawk jets were due to perform at Aero India 2019, a 5-day air show expected to draw around 500 aviation firms and defense contractors. The surviving pilots managed to eject from the aircraft according to the local media. India's defense ministry confirmed the aircraft were part of the Surya Kiran aerobatic display team and crashed near the Air Force Base. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.